Very good morning to all. Welcome to our session. Today we are knowing about single slit Fraunhofer diffraction. The single slit is the case and type of diffraction is Fraunhofer diffraction. And what is the condition for Fraunhofer diffraction? You have to know. Fraunhofer diffraction means the screen and the light source are at infinite distance. Suppose we are taking this is the light source, yes, and this is the screen. Both are at infinite distance. The distance is between them is infinite. Then the case of diffraction is called Fraunhofer diffraction. In this case, we are taking a source of a light which produces a light of a wavelength lambda, and this light produced from the source has taken from at an infinite distance. So the light from the infinite distance source is like a parallel light. So this is a parallel light from infinite distance source. This parallel light has a plane wave front. Let the W dash as plane wave front. W dash is plane wave front. And the light from the source, like a plane wave front, has a wavelength of lambda, is now allowed to pass through a slit arrangement where it has a single slit AB. So AB is a single slit. This is the edge point of slit A, is edge point of slit B. Let the width of the slit as E. The width of the slit is taken as E. Now, if the light is passed through the slit like this is the light from the source is now passing through the slit at the two edges of a slit A and B and traverse towards the screen. But the light which is reaching the screen cannot have image point. Why? The light is a parallel light, so that we have no image point on the screen. To get the image on the screen, we should take the lens, a convex lens L, which focus the light on the screen at a point of focus. Let this point as P0. So the light in the direction of incident is focused at P0, and that point is nothing but a bright point, and we have the bright point at that point. If we can imagine the light which is bent at the end point of the slit. So what is diffraction? Definition of diffraction means bending of light ray at the edges of an obstacle. So this is an obstacle slit, and this is the edge. At this point it bends like this. Bending of light ray at the edges of an obstacle. Take this angle as theta, and this angle theta is called as a diffraction angle. So bending of light ray at the edges of an obstacle to form alternate bright and dark fringes at any point P is called diffraction intensity. So now we are going to calculate the intensity at a point P on the screen where the light is bends at an angle of theta, where theta is called as a diffraction angle. Now, want to calculate the intensity at the point, we need intensity can be given by square of amplitude. So square of amplitude. If his amplitude is R, so R square is intensity. Now we need resultant amplitude. The resultant amplitude is calculated here. So the first part of this single slit diffraction is a description of experiment. Description of experiment. How we can explain the description of experiment? So what you are taking in this experiment, that is to be explained, the description. Now let us once again repeat the description. Consider a light source producing a light of wavelength lambda is at infinite distance, so that the light from the infinite distance source is a plane wavefront. The plane wavefront is represented with W dash. This light from the infinite distance source plane wavefront is allowed to pass through a screen where it has a single slit of width E AB, and the light now passing through the slit AB and is focused on the screen with the help of convex lens L. At this, light which is focused in the direction of incident at the points of A and B is focused at P0. This point is always bright point. Now, the light which is bent at the edges of an obstacle, A and B are the edges of an obstacle. When the light is bent at this point, this light is focused on the screen at the point P with a angle of bending theta. This theta is also called as a diffraction angle. Now, this is the description. Now, our aim is to calculate what is the intensity, whether it is a bright or dark. What is the intensity nature due to single slit? Need to explain. The intensity expression is always depend on amplitude. So the square of amplitude is calculated. So how to calculate amplitude? To calculate amplitude, now draw a normal from A to B like this. This is the normal drawing from A on to B, and this point is taken as C. Now this is hypotenuse, this angle is equal to theta, and from the triangle, so the second part is calculation of intensity. So that is the description, first part, and second part is calculation of intensity. To calculate intensity at the point P, draw a normal from A on to B as AC, and then from that triangle ACB we can write sin theta is equal to angle, sin theta is equal to opposite side. Opposite side is what is that? BC divided by hypotenuse AB, which is equal to BC. We don't know how much its value, but AB is known. What is AB value? Slit width E implies we can write BC is equal to E sin theta. This is path difference. What is this? This is path difference between A and B points. Okay. Once you know the path difference, you can calculate phase difference by this relation. So the phase difference is equal to 2 pi by lambda into E sin theta. This is a fixed relation. Phase difference is always written with the 2 pi by lambda into path difference, and this is the path difference. You call this is equation 1. And you want to calculate what is the net amplitude at the point P. To calculate net amplitude at the point P, we cannot directly calculate it from these two rays, so that we can divide the given slit into n number of slits here. Now divide the slit AB into n number of slits, each has amplitude, of light, each has amplitude of light a, small a, and phase difference of small d. Once you are divided the total slit into n number of slits, each provides a light of amplitude a and phase difference d, then we can write net phase difference also like this. Net phase difference is equal to, by n slits, is equal to n into d, which is equal to the equation 1. This 2 pi by lambda e sin theta, and from this we can write d is equal to 2 pi by n lambda e sin theta. This is d value. Phase difference of each slit has an amplitude of a, called equation 2. Okay. Now we will calculate net amplitude by vector addition method. I will go for vector addition method from this point. So once again, this is the calculation of intensity. To calculate intensity, draw a normal AC onto B, and there we have a triangle ACB is a rectangle triangle. From this triangle you can write sin theta is equal to BC by A. You are calculated path difference and phase difference, and to calculate the resultant amplitude at P, divide that slit AB into n number of slits, each have a amplitude of A and phase difference of D. There we can write phase difference of each light ray from the small slit is D is equal to 2 pi by L lambda into E sin theta. You call equation 2. Okay. Now let us go for calculating intensity, and we will take the vector addition method. Vector addition method is used. Vector addition method is used to calculate resultant amplitude. According to this method, we can write resultant amplitude of n slits, each of a slit of width d. Resultant amplitude of n slits, each of a phase difference of d, is given by R is equal to resultant amplitude. R is equal to small a sin n d by 2 divided by sin of d by 2. This is the resultant amplitude. And now we can substitute resultant amplitude and the values of b, as you know that from equation 2. So is equal to a sin n, d means how much? D means 2 pi by L lambda E sin theta. 2 pi by L lambda E sin theta whole divided by, and d by 2 is also there, divided by 2 whole divided by sin of d by 2. D means 2 pi by lambda L lambda, 2 pi by L lambda E sin theta. This is the value. Now we simplify this value further like this. Is equal to, what is get cancelled here? N is get cancelled, 2 is also get cancelled. What is left? A, this one, and sin of E pi E sin theta by lambda. Pi E sin theta by lambda divided by sine of what is left here? So 2 pi e sin theta by l lambda. Here also 2 is there because d by 2 is get cancelled, and what is left? Pi e sin theta by n into lambda. This is the value. Let, for sake of easiness, alpha is equal to pi e sin theta by lambda. And there you can write that r is equal to, therefore r is equal to a sin, that one is alpha divided by sin of alpha by n. This is the value. But here you can imagine that alpha by n is small, then sin alpha by n can be written as approximately alpha by n. This is the value. So instead of sin alpha by n, what you can write? Alpha by n. So what is the resultant amplitude now? Resultant amplitude r is equal to a sin of alpha divided by alpha by n, which is equal to na sin alpha by alpha. Implies this can be written as capital A. So r is equal to small a sin alpha by alpha, where sin alpha by alpha is Na. Amplitude of each slit into n. Now this is the amplitude. When you know the amplitude, you can write the intensity. So what is the intensity? Final intensity? The intensity at this point is now r square. R square is equal to a sin alpha by alpha square. This is the intensity. Okay. So what you are getting intensity? R square is equal to a sin alpha by alpha whole square. So this is the intensity calculated from the theory. Okay. What is the method you are using? Vector addition method is using, and you have calculated the resultant amplitude as r is equal to a sin alpha by alpha. And once you know that amplitude, you can write the intensity r square is equal to a sin alpha by alpha whole square. Okay. Now we calculated the continuation of the intensity. The intensity due to single slit diffraction was calculated previously. I is equal to r square, which is equal to a sin alpha by alpha whole square, called equation 3. Now observing the equation 3, a is a amplitude, net amplitude is remains constant, so a is a constant, but alpha pi is sin theta by lambda, so sin alpha by alpha is a function. So here the intensity distribution is depend on a function sin alpha by alpha. This is the function which influences the distribution of intensity due to single slit. Now depend upon this sin alpha by alpha, we can explain the intensity distribution by 3 cases. Let first case as 1, principal maxima. What is the principal maxima? Means the intensity at the point P due to single slit is maximum than the incident than ever. Means whatever the intensity that is taken from the source, same intensity is observing at this point. That is called principal maxima. This is occurred. The principal maxima is observed at a particular condition when sin alpha is equal to 0 and alpha is not equal to 0, then we can imagine that the intensity I is equal to sin alpha is not equal to 0 and alpha is equal to 0. This is the condition. Sin alpha is not equal to 0 and alpha is equal to 0. What is happened to this value? The value a square. You keep side that one. Sin alpha divided by alpha whole square. Alpha is 0. Here alpha is 0. A square. Sin alpha by 0. Sin alpha by 0. So anything by 0 is what is the value? Infinity. Means this value is infinity. So sin alpha is not equal to 0 and alpha is equal to 0. Then the intensity becomes infinity. Means this is the intensity. This is the intensity equal to incident or source intensity. Source intensity. So this is the condition. What is the condition? Sin alpha is not equal to 0 and alpha is equal to 0. So alpha is equal to 0. Now we can take alpha is equal to 0. Alpha is equal to 0 implies what is the value of alpha? Pi e sin theta by lambda is equal to 0. Implies sin theta is equal to 0, which is equal to sin 0. Means what is the condition? When theta is equal to 0, we have principal maxima. Alpha is equal to 0 and theta is equal to 0, we have principal maxima. This is the first condition. Next, case 2. Second case 2. The case 2 will represent that the condition of minimum. Condition for minimum. So minimum means intensity should equal to 0. When the intensity equal to 0, see in this equation, we can write this implies I is what is the value of I? A square sin alpha by alpha should equal to 0. Okay, but here what is the condition should be satisfied to get I is equal to 0? The condition is sin alpha should equal to 0 and alpha is not equal to 0. See, this is the condition. Here sin alpha is not equal to 0 and alpha is equal to 0, I becomes infinity. But sin alpha is equal to 0, I is not equal to 0, then I is equal to what is the intensity? 0. This is minimum intensity. This is minimum intensity. This is minimum. Now, what is the condition? Sin alpha is equal to 0. Sin alpha is equal to 0. When sin alpha value is equal to 0, sin of plus or minus m pi. You can take m pi. Where m is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Other than 0, you can take any value, then that value sin alpha value is equal to 0. If you can take 0, that condition may be regarding to this principal maximum. So we cannot take in that one. So what is the condition for that one? Implies alpha is equal to plus or minus m pi. This is the condition for minima. What is the condition for maxima? Alpha is equal to 0. So condition for maxima is taken as equation 4. Condition for minima is taken as equation 5. What is equation 3? Intensity expression. What is equation 2? D. What is equation 1? Phase difference. Now, there are so many number of minimas. So, first minima, second minima, third minima, fourth minima, like that. First minima to second minima, there is one maxima. Second minima to third minima, there is one more maxima. Third minima to fourth minima, there is one more maxima. These maximas are called as a secondary maximas. What are it called? Secondary maximas. This is primary maxima is exist at the point 0. The point 0. At this point 0, what is we have? Principal maxima, and at 1 minimum and second minimum, between 1 and second minimum there is a secondary maxima. Second and third minimums, secondary maxima, like that secondary maximas are formed between remaining minimas. This minimas, secondary maximas, is calculated by differentiating the expression of intensity as follows. Okay. So we remember that. What is the remembering? The principal maxima is occurred at alpha is equal to 0, and second one is secondary minimas are occurred at alpha is equal to plus or minus m pi. You can write alpha value also as it is. Pi e sin theta by lambda is equal to m pi, and pi is get cancelled. E sin theta is equal to m lambda. That can also written as E sin theta is equal to plus or minus m lambda is the condition for minimas in single slit. So you can remember that alpha is equal to 0 is 1 and alpha is equal to plus or minus m pi. Now we go for knowing about the secondary maximas. To calculate secondary maximas as case 3, let us go for calculation of secondary maximas. We want to calculate secondary maximas. The intensity at the point of secondary maximas is the value of a differential value of the intensity. So third case, what is that? Case 3, secondary maximas. Secondary maximas. Secondary maximas is occurred at di by d alpha is the intensity of secondary maxima, and is equal to d by d alpha of a square sin alpha by alpha whole square. This is the index I. Differentiating this, what you get? A square is a constant, you can take it outside a square. Sin alpha by alpha whole square is differentiated with respect to alpha. So we can take this 2 into sin alpha by alpha. You can write it down. So a square is the constant, 2 sin alpha by alpha, differentiating this sin alpha by alpha whole square into this bracket is to be differentiated with respect to u by v formula. So alpha into cos alpha minus sin alpha into 1 by alpha square. This is the u by v formula. And taking that a square 2 sin alpha by alpha into, you put the same as this, alpha cos alpha minus sin alpha by alpha square. But this value, this is a maximum intensity. You are calculating maximum, differentiating maximum intensity. The maximum intensity is differentiated, its value equal to 0. So that left hand side the di by d alpha value is equal to 0. Making that 0, you set this a square into this side, 0 by a square is 0, by 2 is also 0, alpha by sin alpha is also 0, taking alpha square into this side is also 0. Finally, what is left? Alpha cos alpha minus sin alpha is equal to 0, and implies you can write that alpha is equal to, taking the sin alpha into that side minus alpha into the plus sin alpha, by cos alpha, it is equal to what is that? Tan alpha. So alpha is equal to tan alpha is the resultant point of intensity. Means here we can examine that the condition of secondary maxima is occurred at the common condition of y is equal to alpha as well as tan alpha. So the secondary maxima intensity is occur at common points of alpha and tan alpha, satisfying common points of alpha and tan alpha. So everybody can take that alpha is written as, so we can write y is equal to alpha is the one line and other one is y is equal to tan alpha is the other line. These are the two lines and these two lines have common point. That common point is the condition for secondary maximum. So that we can go for drawing the common points of y is equal to alpha and y is equal to tan alpha. See that y is equal to alpha is a line passing through the horizon and y is equal to tan alpha means it is a tangent action of the line. So that can be written as like this. Taking this a graph, small expression graph, and here this is the y axis, this is the x axis. Taking this is the 0 and we can draw a line which passes through horizon. What is this? This is a line. What is it? Y is equal to alpha, first line. And what is the second line? Y is equal to tan alpha. Means alpha is equal to 0. Tan alpha is also 0. So y is equal to 0, first point. Next, alpha is equal to pi by 2. Tan pi by 2 is infinity. So infinity value like this. This is infinity. You can take this infinity. And so this is the point. Like. And alpha is equal to pi. Once again, tan is 0. And alpha is equal to 3 pi by 2. The line is now passing through like this. This is pi and this is, what is that? 3 pi by 2. Next, what is the point? 2 pi. And what is the next point? 5 pi by 2. So from this point, this is, what is this line? What is this line? Tan alpha line. This is tan alpha line. Similarly, the tan alpha line is drawn in negative sign like this. So this is the common points. What is the common point? This is 3 pi by 2 minus, this is minus pi by 2 and 0 is also common point, but 0 is referred to principal maximum and here plus pi by 2 plus pi by 2. So what is the common points? The common points are alpha is equal to plus or minus 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2, 7 pi by 2 and so on. In writing general term, 2 plus or minus 2m plus 1 into pi by 2. Everybody know that what is m value? M is 1, 2, 3 and so on. Substituting m is equal to 1. 2 plus 1, 3. 3 by 2. M is equal to 2. 5 by 2. M is equal to 3. 7 by 2 like that. He called equation number already 4, 5 is over. This is 6th condition. So we have now the secondary maximum is formed at alpha is equal to plus or minus 2m plus 1 into pi by 2. Now consolidate all these conditions. Consolidating all the conditions, we have 3 types of intensities. What is the first type of intensity? From case 1, from case 1, principal maxima. Principal maxima. That principal maxima is occurred at alpha is equal to 0. Second case, what is that? Minimas. Minimas are occurred at alpha is equal to plus or minus m pi. Third case, secondary maximas. Secondary maximas. The secondary maximas are formed at plus or minus 2m plus 1 into pi by 2. This is the three cases. Now consolidating all these three cases into one picture, that is the distribution of intensity due to single slit at the point P. Now let us take the distribution of intensity due to single slit is drawn like this. Take this is the point 0 and take alpha on x-axis like this and intensity on y-axis. This is y-axis. What you are taking? Intensity. So maximum intensity is alpha is equal to 0. So maximum intensity. This is called principal maxima. Okay. And the next is this is principal maxima. Next, what is the next condition? Minima. First minima. First minima is occurred at plus pi and also at minus pi. This is the first one. And next, this is taken as a 2 pi. This is 2 pi minus 2 pi. This is plus 2 pi. Next, plus 3 pi. This is minus 3 pi and so on like this. Now, this is the 3 pi by 2. This is 5 pi by 2 and so on. So, principal maxima is like this. This is minimum and here the principal maxima is like this. Then minimum, then like this, minimum like this. You see this? This is the intensity distribution due to single slit diffraction. So what is happened? The intensity gradually decreases and the intensity distribution is appeared like this on this single slit diffraction. Okay? This is the final distribution of single slit diffraction. Thank you.